Alright. So do you know why I need to talk to you?
Not all the way.
Not all the way.
I'm trying to rethink in my head.
Yeah.
I just won't pick up.
You ever been in trouble before?
I got stopped for about a year and a half, 2 years, I think it is.
Yeah, for what?
I got stopped. I had my pistol and some money, and they said they found a container in my truck. And then
That's the only time, though? I haven't read any records, so I don't know.
That's the only time I've been ever arrested, sir.
Okay, so you've ever had your rights read to you?
No.
Alright, what's your highest level education?
I graduated high school.
So you read?
But I was through Ombudsman, you know what that is? ICE Learning Center. That's what I graduated through.
Okay, well, don't take it personal. I ask everybody that.
No, I understand.
I mean, there's people in the world that don't know how to read and write, so. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read these to you. If you understand them, let's have you initial each one of these, and then we'll go from there, okay? Before you ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You do not have to make a statement or answer any questions. You have the right to remain silent. If you understand that, just need your initial there. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice. If you ask any questions, they have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, and if you so desire, one will be appointed for you before any questioning. If you decide to answer questions or make a statement now, you have the right to stop answering questions and remain silent at any time. And knowing and understanding your rights, if you're willing to talk to me, you just need to sign right there. Alright, well, Officer Fulmer, the officer that brought you in here, he called me and said that you were wanting to talk to me.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk to me about?
He said that if I want to, cooperate with you guys, that, it'll make it smoother for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, you kind of caught red-handed.
Like, I don't...
Because that stuff in that trailer and all that, that's all stolen.
No, that's all my stuff, sir. I put down everything. Them are my tools.
All right, describe the tools for me.
There's a Husky bag right inside the door.
Yeah.
There's different wrenches in there. There's, the ratchet wrenches. You know which ones I'm talking about? There's a yellow box that's got different miscellaneous, like pry bars and stuff laying off to the side of it. Then there's, let me think, there's screws and stuff along the walls.
Yeah.
There's the hedge trimmers in there that I use. I'm trying to think of, there was my jackets up on the top shelf in the clear bag. Them were my jackets, like my actual winter coats. That was my stuff in there. Like, it was not...
Not all of it's yours.
Yeah, it was all my stuff. And that was stuff that I found at the Goodwill, behind the Goodwill. What was in there that wasn't mine, sir?
Carpet tools.
The carpet tools were never... There was no carpet tools in that trailer.
No, they were in the storage locker.
Whoa. Carpet tools?
Yeah. Yellow toolbox full of carpet tools. They were stolen on Saturday.
Wow, no, I'd never seen them.
Well, how'd they get in there?
Wow. I put that on everything. I don't know anything about the yellow toolbox.
It was in your locker.
I understand that, like, I'm admitting to the other tools that are in there are mine. The yellow toolbox, I didn't know anything about. I know there's a black toolbox.
How did the yellow toolbox get into your locker?
Jesse must have took it out of the trailer and put it in there.
How did it get into your trailer?
I let Jason Baker, do you know who he is? He used the trailer to actually do a job.
When did he use the trailer?
3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Yeah, what kind of job did he do?
I didn't ask. He said, "Can I use the trailer to do?"
You want me to tell you what kind of job he did?
You can tell me.
Because you know what he did.
No, I really don't, sir.
Him and Jesse, they went into the same place Saturday morning, about 2 o'clock. Used that truck and trailer, and they broke into a whole bunch of lockers and trailers, and that's where the carpet tools came from.
See, I didn't know anything of that. Like, I wouldn't do that to anybody. I don't need to steal stuff from people. I work for everything I do.
Well, your story was that you were moving in there to move put your personal belongings.
Right, my personal belongings. I was clearing the trailer. I was
this,
supposed to get all that.
This toolbox with carpet tools that was stolen on Saturday was in your trailer at some point, according to you, and then somehow it made it its way into your storage locker.
It was at the back end of the trailer, and he just shoved it into the unit like he didn't look through anything. I don't think.
So why would you? Wouldn't he think that? Wouldn't you think it's strange that there's a toolbox you've never seen before?
I didn't even look in the trailer yet, sir. I was walking up to the front because I had to go to the bathroom so bad and get a soda.
When somebody tells the officer that they want to talk to me, I expect them that they want to tell me the truth.
No, I really don't, sir. I did not see anything in that trailer until.
And so far, I'm not getting everything. So where have you been staying lately?
I stayed at my grandmother's house in Breckenridge, and then I slept in my truck.
Okay. Is that the truck that we have? The truck that was attached to the trailer.
No, that's Jesse's.
Okay, where's your truck at?
My truck's in St. Ann?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's at the Wood Springs or the extended stay place right next to the storage locker. We found your truck.
Whoa.
It's full of tools.
No, in the bed?
Mm-hmm.
Them are my tools.
I don't know that. You said your truck was in St. Louis, so how do I know that you're even talking? That those tools are yours?
No, I'm sorry, sir. I did pick it up from St. Ann, and I did drive it over to the White Castle. And then Jesse moved my truck.
Why would he move your truck?
Because he was putting his truck.
Putting his truck
where? He was
where?
getting his truck to the trailer. Like he was backing up to it.
Where did this take place?
At White Castle.
So how did you get to the storage lot?
Through Jesse. Like Jesse drove me down there.
Yeah. So how did he drive your truck and then?
No, he pulled my truck over and parked it. And then I rode with him in his truck.
Okay, well, and like I said, I explained to you, when somebody tells the officer that they want to talk to me,
right.
I expect nothing but the truth. And I'm not getting truth. I'm getting half truths. Okay?
I'm sorry,
so we're about done here. I don't need really anything because I've got you red-handed. There's stolen property in your locker. You told me that you rented that locker today. We went to that locker, which was still open, in plain view,
right.
And there's stolen items in there from Saturday. Okay? You're telling me that those stolen items were in your trailer. You're saying that's your trailer that doesn't have a VIN on it.
No, I borrowed that trailer.
Oh, you said it was your trailer.
But
that makes it you.
Because I drove it.
Okay. And where did this trailer come from?
From Jason Baker's.
Well, you said you loaned it to Jason to do a job on Saturday.
Jason Baker borrowed it.
From you?
Right. And I bought it.
Okay, you just said it wasn't yours. You borrowed it.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase all that.
I'll tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to end this right now because I'm not going to sit here and waste my time.
I'm not wasting your time, sir.
With all your half-truths and your lies and everything.
He sold me that trailer.
You just told me you borrowed it.
Well,
okay?
I didn't think of, go all the way back to the beginning of when I got the trailer.
Like I said, we're just about done here because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to find out if you were staying at that extended stay place. And if you were, I'm going to get a search warrant for your room. And whatever's in that room is on you, okay?
Well, I'm not hiding anything, sir.
Okay, and that truck of yours is going to be towed, and everything in there is going to be inventoried because I would almost bet most of that stuff is stolen.
No, it's not, sir. That's all my house, everything.
Like what? Give me an example.
My pool cues are in there, my child's fucking pictures and birth certificate.
What about the tools? Tell me what tools are in there.
The tools?
Yeah.
There's, in the toolbox, in the bed of the truck, there's a little white jug that's got my son's initials and stuff wrote on it. There's a welding, connectors for welding, the welding rods. There's big old straps. There's, tree cutting rope. There's a chainsaw back there. There's, a 12-ton jack. There's so much stuff back there. I've got it all legitimately. That's all my stuff.
Okay, well, there was 20 lockers broken into on Saturday morning, between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
Wow.
At the same place that you just rented a locker.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because a lot of the stuff that we recovered came out of Jesse's locker. That's weird.
But that is real weird, because I literally just rented that to put my stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird that you and Jesse came back to the same place we just had 20
No,
lockers
there wasn't.
into.
nothing about that. Like, I literally called because it's cheaper there.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the security, it's right by the highway.
So your phone's gonna show all that?
Yes, I called and talked to him
So
today.
you don't have a problem with me looking at your phone?
I have a problem with it going through my
Okay,
phone.
well, here's the second part of this. Once I get the phone, which I will get it out of your property, I will be getting a search warrant for it, and I'll be going through your phone.
I mean, why, like, I'm telling you.
You're not telling me anything.
Okay, what do you need me to tell you? Like,
The story, the truth, and nothing but the truth.
the truth of, here it is, okay? Jason called me, okay, and said he's got units. I said, what do you mean by that? He said he bought the units from the guy. And I was like, when did you do that? Didn't ask nothing about it. And then he called me back and said, hey, can you give me a ride? I said, no, I'm not giving you a ride. I went to sleep. I wake up to my truck and trailer gone. I bought that trailer from Jason. I flipped the fuck out, like literally went ballistic because my truck was gone. It's got everything I own in it, all my clothes, my $1,000 pool cues in it, you know, and my grandfather bought me that truck right before he died. So I, you know, cherish that truck a little bit more than anybody else would of a truck. So I got mad. He brought my truck back, and I just literally parked the trailer. I did not look in it. I didn't get in it to even see what was even remotely moved. And then today, I went and got the trailer, and I was going to go down to St. John's and pick up all my clothes, the rest of my clothes, my bed, my TV, and move it. But then I was like, there's shit still in there. There's tools and miscellaneous whatevers, so let me move it. So I bought the room, the storage unit, and then I was going to clean it out. And Jesse told me that he would help me do it. And then you guys obviously showed up right in the midst of us pulling up, like we just got there, sir.
You know why we came in?
No, like that's...
Because it's the same truck on video that went in there Saturday morning and broke into 20 lockers.
See, I didn't know anything of that.
I don't know that, because you matched the description of one of the people on video.
Really? I was never there.
That's what you tell me, but your phone would tell me that if you're telling the truth or not.
Saturday morning?
Yeah, between 2 and 5.
Saturday morning, I was with this girl, Amanda.
Well, then your phone will show me that.
Like...
You know how GPS works? You know how a phone works?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, what happens is I get a search warrant for your phone, and I get the billing records, the toll calls for your phone, and it shows what towers that the phone is hitting off of.
Okay.
It's a radio signal. And they have a GPS on where those towers are.
Right.
And it would show me where your phone is at between 2 and 5 in the morning.
2 and 5 in the morning, like...
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I was sleeping in my truck.
Where's your truck?
In that Woodlands park, because I parked my truck right next to that dumpster. And
You just told me you spent the night with some girl.
No, I'm saying I literally parked the trailer there in my truck, and I undid it, and then I went to Amanda's.
You just said you slept in your truck.
No, I'm saying that was through the night. Like, it was through a period of time, and then I left. Like, there was nothing, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. That would be a problem leaving that trailer there. Like, that.
So you didn't rent a room there?
No, I didn't rent a room there.
Did Jesse?
I don't think he did, no. I'm honest on that, sir. I don't think he did.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do on my end. And it's going to unravel all your lies, is
I'm
what
not
I'm
lying
telling
to
you.
you, sir.
You are. You're not telling me the truth.
What?
Okay? Because you know what was going on. You knew what's his name? Jason Baker?
Yeah.
Okay, what's his involvement?
He just as another guy that I knew off the street. Like,
and he stole your trailer, and somehow you miraculously found your trailer.
No, I didn't miraculously find it. He brought it back to me. Like, he didn't, you know, steal it and take off, you know, roaming with it. He literally brought it back to me.
But you said you loaned it to him to do a job.
That day.
So he brought it back, and then
right,
it disappeared
I went
again.
to sleep, and he took off with it.
Again.
Right.
Oh, okay. You left that part out. I'm
sorry. I mean, I didn't, you know, I'm not, like, understanding, like, what part you're getting at of.
What I'm getting at is you're not telling me the truth. I can't make that any clearer, okay? You match the description of the guy on the video. Going through lockers.
I was never in that unit.
You told me that your truck was parked at the extended stay place next door.
I just parked that there today.
You just told me you said it was there Saturday night.
When I was asleep by the dumpster, not by the storage unit, sir.
Okay, well, here's what's going to happen now. You're going to go downstairs and you're going to sit for 24 hours. And I'm going to send the warrant application down to the prosecuting attorney, and then they're going to issue a warrant, and then at which time you'll have to post bond. And until the said time you post bond, you'll sit down in county.
How can I get out of here quicker?
Tell me the truth.
I am, sir.
You're not telling me the truth.
Like, I'm confused on, like, what you're...
I just explained. We had 20 lockers broke into Saturday morning between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Okay? In Jesse's locker were items that were taken from the other lockers and trailers on the storage lot. We've recovered those.
Okay.
All right. Jesse was wanted by me for stealing because his code was used. He rented the locker on Thursday. Okay, last Thursday. All right. Mm-hmm. 2 days later, we have 20 lockers broke into. His code was used at 2 o'clock in the morning to enter into the storage area. Mm-hmm. All right. A few minutes later, a guy on a motorcycle rolls up and enters the same code. So Jesse has shared his code.
Right.
All right. So we know there are at least 2 people in there. You know, Jesse, whoever punched in the code with the truck and the trailer that we just got was in the storage area between 2 and 5 o'clock. You're saying that trailer is yours.
I bought that trailer from Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to send me the title. I was actually waiting on the title.
So when I run the VIN on that, what's it going to come back?
I didn't even find the VIN on it. Like, I guess that's on the neck?
Well, it's been removed.
Oh, I didn't know that, sir.
Yeah, but they put the VIN on other places.
Okay, I mean, I literally was waiting on him to send me that title.
How long have you been waiting?
About a week. About 2 weeks, actually. I'm sorry, 2 weeks.
And how much did you pay for this
$800.
$800 for a trailer? That's a pretty good deal.
I mean, I didn't really think so because I find them on OfferUp and Craigslist.
That's a real good shaped trailer. I mean, it's like a $2,500 trailer.
I didn't think so. It's beat up bad.
No, it's in really good shape.
I painted the whole front end and everything.
Yeah, you know why you painted it? To disguise it.
No, I did not, sir. I was getting ready to do the whole trim.
Hey, dude, I've been doing this job. I had an identical case to this back in February. Okay, same thing. They stole the trailer and they painted it.
Like
same thing. VIN was down on the net.
I bought that from him.
Okay, well, it's stolen. It's going to be stolen.
Wow.
Because you bought a trailer without a title.
That's going to piss me off.
How old are you?
27.
Okay, how many vehicles have you bought and traded?
I've never, except I've owned a Buick Regal and a Cutlass then, but they were both parked. They never got on the road, nothing.
Do you have a title for your truck?
My father does.
So if you went to sell your truck, what would you do?
I would get the title from him.
Exactly.
You know, but I thought Jason was, you know, not a bullshit guy. That's my whole thing. You know, like he told me he had this trailer. It was at his house.
So what's Jesse going to tell me?
I don't know what Jesse's going to tell you. Because me and Jesse haven't talked.
Well, obviously you talked. He was hoping to move today.
Well, I'm saying, like, we haven't talked on anything of really what's happened up there.
Because just out of coincidence, just out of pure coincidence, we had 20 lockers broke into the other day, and you happened to pick the same storage area.
Like, I literally, sir, was literally looking on my phone at public search. I can show you. I can look.
Oh, I'll see that. I'll see that.
I can go there and go to the browser thing, and I can show you where I said, look, public storage unit.
Then you won't have a problem with me looking at your phone.
And I literally looked them up, and I looked at that one, public storage, and then there was another one, I forgot, it was A storage something, and it was in Alabama.
So you don't have a problem with me looking at your phone?
Well, I mean, I can show you it. Like, I
mean, if you give me consent, that's fine. If not, I get a search warrant. It's either or.
I mean, like, what are you, like...
Well, because normally what happens is you guys, because you guys are all in a group, you and Jesse and Jason.
No, like, Jesse is not anything of it. Like, he literally was... What he was doing is on him. Like, I don't know anything what he does.
No, you're in it because the stuff that was stolen from another trailer was in your storage locker. That puts you in it.
I understand what you're saying. Like, that throws me off because I don't remember seeing that stuff in that trailer.
Well, I've got pictures of it, and it's there.
Like, I mean, can I at least get a cigarette?
Why?
Because I wanted to smoke, but they made me put it out there. When I was getting pulled over, and I couldn't even finish the cigarette. It was brand new.
Well, like I explained, you told the officer you wanted to talk to me.
Right.
Okay? Which indicates you want to tell me the truth. Okay? So far, I have not gotten the truth. And I've explained to you what I'm going to be doing.
Okay. I let Jason and Jesse use my truck and trailer to go do that. They told me everything was gone. I didn't know nothing of what they were going to go do and where it was. See what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that unit was right there.
What unit?
The units. I didn't know them units were right there. Like, I literally was picking a place to, like, legitimately store my stuff.
So what did Jason and Jesse tell you?
They just told me that they were going to use my truck and trailer and go do a job. And I said, what kind of job? They said, oh, we got to do a contracting job. Okay. Because I figured that's what they were doing. I didn't think anything of it. Like, it didn't cross my mind that they were going to do something shady like that.
So when did you discover it was shady?
When I went to go there, I told him, hey, can we go to your locker? Can I put some stuff in yours? He said, no, can't do that. And I was like, why is that? And he said, oh, they got it locked up. My code doesn't work. And I was like, all right, well, that's weird. So
yeah, that is weird. Because you know what happened last time when I investigated one of these? They got some other guy when their code quit working to go rent a locker.
See, no, I literally was buying a locker for myself, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, I'm not lying on that. I needed to put all my clothes in my
name's
girlfriend's
Timothy
clothes.
Lindemann. Mm-hmm. And they said, hey, let's go rent a locker. So he rents a locker in a U-Haul truck. And then 2 days later, same thing. They go in there at 2 o'clock in the morning. They broke into about 20 or 30 lockers. They stole a whole bunch of stuff.
See, that's not was my intentions at all. Like,
that's the same scenario.
I see where you're coming from. But I was legitimately taking all the bags that are in my truck.
So, like you said,
clothes.
You were searching on your phone for storage lockers. So your phone will show that.
It'll show the storage units, yes.
So then you don't have a problem with me looking at your phone.
For the storage units.
No. I mean, if you're going to give me consent, I mean, I need to show that what you're telling me is the truth. That you spent the night in the lot at the extended stay place, because your phone will show that.
How would it show that part?
Because it still pings off the phone, off the tower.
Okay. Now, I'm telling you, like, what happened on that?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're telling me half truths, but.
No, I'm telling you the truth there, sir. Like, I was not there.
Your truck was.
But I was not, though. Like, I'm telling you, they borrowed my truck
and
trailer.
So then your phone will show you weren't there.
I was in the Woodlands place. I was out front sitting there. I was literally, you go over there and get the cameras, and you'll see me walking in to get a soda. Like, there was no.
So what made you pick that place?
What do you mean?
Why'd you pick that parking lot?
The Woodlands?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was.
What do you mean that's where you were?
That's where I met them all at. The Jesse and Jason. Like, I met
do
them.
what?
That's where they said to come and let them use the trailer and truck to go do that job.
At what time?
It was 8, maybe 8, 9. They said it was for the morning. And I was like, fine, I don't have no jobs right now. I'm not working. My painting for the jobs I had.
But you told me they brought the trailer and that back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The night that they asked me to bring it to them was about 8 at night. And then
they asked you to meet you there?
Yeah, they said, we're here. Can you come up here? I said, yeah, sure. And then I literally got up there and I Facebook messaged and they come downstairs.
So they used your truck and trailer?
Yeah, like I didn't go over there.
So how did the trailer get attached to the truck it's attached to now?
Today, I undid it because I was my truck's overheating bad. Like you can see like I'm not lying to you. The heater core is blown out on me.
Come on, I'll take you back down there.
Like, can I please talk to you, sir?
I've given you every opportunity.
Like, please, like, I'm being legitimately serious. We can walk over to my truck and you can see the heater core is leaking bad.
I don't really care.
I'm telling you the truth.
You're not telling me the truth.
What? Like, can we, please? Like, I'm trying to give you every bit of the truth there is. And
Well, you're trying, but you're not doing a very good job.
Like, I'm lost on what you're even, like, what's the whole reason of why is the troubling from Breckenridge?
I don't know anything about Breckenridge.
Like they said, I got a warrant for Breckenridge.
I don't care about Breckenridge.
Like, that's what I'm lost at.
I don't care about that. That's not what I'm investigating.
Right, I understand that. Like, everything that I've told you, up to me showing up, okay, like me popping up, I made them bring my truck and trailer back. And they did. There was no argument to it. I didn't think anything was of it. You see what I'm saying? They gave me a key. Jason gave me a key for, like a little black rubbery key. I don't know what that was to. Like, I was like, what is this to? And he just left it on my center console. I was like, what is this? And then I even asked Jesse. Jesse was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's in my property. There's a little rubber key in it. I don't know what that goes to. Like, I went there legitimately to use the storage facility. Nothing shady about it. Nothing to try to hide anything. Like, I was literally trying to store my stuff, me and my girlfriend's stuff, because it's her clothes and stuff in there. In the back seat of my truck, that yes, it is, sir.
Your truck wasn't there today?
No, we undid it because I was trying to get him to drive to St. John's because my truck wasn't going to make it. I was out of gas and the heater core, sir. Like,
come on, let's go.
Can I prove it to you? Please, sir.
I've already explained to you what's going to happen.
Can I prove it to you?
You cannot prove it to me because
How,
you're here.
Like, can I, like, what, you won't even hear what I'm saying on that.
I explained to you why I'm talking to you, and I'm not concerned about Breckenridge.
I'm not either. I'm talking about my truck could not make it from where it was.
And
so we
your
hooked up to
story of
Jesse.
you spent the night in the extended stay parking lot doesn't make any sense at all.
I slept for 24 hours there, in the upstairs.
Well, let's go.
Like, I'm trying to talk to you.
I gave you every opportunity to tell me the truth.
Can I at least smoke a cigarette and I will tell you everything?
Stand by.
Hey. Hey. Find me something this tall. Please. Hey. Tell her to wake up. Yeah, that. No, for her. Huh?
Hopefully this works. No, it doesn't work.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, it works a little bit.
To start it off, I was there helping Jesse in his unit.
Which day?
It was Friday night, I guess.
Saturday morning.
I guess, yeah. He asked me, can I take some stuff that he found in a dumpster? It was literally like chairs and like filing cabinet and junk like that, and some pictures that one that said, fuck you, game over, things like that. He asked me to take up there. I said, sure, I'll take that all up there. I took it up there.
Jesse was with you.
Jesse met me up there on the bike.
Okay.
And then I'm sitting there. Jason was with me. I didn't know anything of what he was doing. I'm unloading the stuff to put in his unit. Jesse comes up to me and Jesse's talking. Jesse's like, hey, lock the unit back up. Meet me, down the street. I said, okay, that's fine. Jason, I guess in the meantime of all this, went and started hitting lockers. I didn't know about it. I pulled over there to literally, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You can't be doing this. And then he started filling up my truck. And I literally did not know what to do. I was like stuck. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do here? Because he had so many, he said he knew of ones that were vacant, had stuff in them. I was like, they'd be locked.
They were locked.
I didn't understand that. It didn't process through my head right of, why he would just say they're vacant. You know what I mean? And I started just literally telling him, come on, dude. No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Well, the truck was on video going into the area where the lockers were broke into.
But, and that's when I was like, what are you doing over here, dude? And then he comes piling up with all this shit, and I'm like, well, what do I do now, though? I literally just left. I was like, I don't know what to fucking do. I panicked, So I just sat it in Jesse's, there was a tool bag. I think it is a bag of tools that I sat in the unit, and then a jack. And then there was a wheelbarrow also. And I literally just panicked on it. I was like, dude, you're gonna get me in fucking trouble here. And I literally closed his unit down and I got the fuck out of there. And he went, I guess he was in the back of the fucking units, just raiding all different kinds of units. And then I went to the Western, whatever, I pulled up there, and that's when he pops up with armfuls of shit. And sits it in the bed of my truck and, all that shit. And I'm like, where the fuck did you just come from? He's behind the dumpster there. And I was just, I was like, dude, you're going to get me in fucking trouble here. Because I'm helping Jesse out by moving the stuff that he asked me to move up there. It was the filing cabinets and some carpet pieces and a propane tank. The big, tall propane tanks. He asked me to move them for him. And I said, sure, I didn't mind helping him. And then Jason doing that shit, I was like, fucking panicking on it.
So Jesse was with you the whole time?
No, he left. He left.
On what?
On his bike. He did leave on his bike.
It's not on video of him leaving.
He did leave on his bike, sir, because he pushed his coat in on his bike.
Yeah, the truck came in first.
Right.
Okay, and Jason
was with you. Because I was on the phone with him.
You were with Jason.
Right, and Jason told me, he was like, hey, just go this way, you come around and meet up at his locker. And I was like, fuck, you know this place. Didn't dawn on me that he's already had it scoped out and all this.
So you didn't think it was unusual that you guys are going in there at 2 o'clock in the morning?
No, Jesse asked me to take that stuff up there because it was in his driveway.
So what was the rush to get there at 2 o'clock in the morning?
And I didn't think of that, sir. Like, that's my wrong. I should have thought
about it. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm at home in bed.
Right.
And somebody calls me and says, hey, can you help me move?
No, I was over there, actually. I went over there because I needed a place to stay. And I was like, hey, man, can you help me out?
Went over where?
To Jesse's. That's how I got in contact with him. I said,
Where's Jesse stay at?
I don't know the address, sir. It's right down behind the gas station. Right, you know where the storage unit is?
Mm-hmm.
There's the gas station up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's McLean and something. I don't know the side street. I really don't, sir. I'm not good with names. He asked me, he told me how to get there. I said, okay, cool. And I got there. He asked me, he's like, hey, can you haul this stuff over there? And I was like, sure, that's not a problem to me. Because he at the time only had his bike. He didn't have his truck that he was pulling today.
So whose truck is that the trailer was attached to?
I really don't know whose truck that is. He actually bought it, I know. But I don't know who the owner was. He was actually waiting for the title because they were mailing it off. Like, I didn't ask anything above the truck, all that.
So how did your trailer get attached to his truck?
I'm being legitimate on that. My heater cord, my whole side of my truck is leaking antifreeze and water. And I was out of gas. So I said, Jesse, can you hook up to my trailer to go get my stuff? I was like, I need my clothes and my TV and everything.
All right, let's go back to Saturday morning.
Okay.
Whose truck were you in when you went into the storage lot?
Mine. That was to help Jesse with the propane tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I was in mine. And I pulled around because I got stuck back there at first. I was like, backing up, and it kept getting tight. So I just went down and around, and I come back up, and then I swung over to that one side, and I noticed him standing there in a unit. I'm like, the fuck are you doing, dude? He's like, oh, it's a vacant unit. It's all this shit for free. I was like, they don't do that. That's not happening, bro. And then I just panicked because he started loading my truck with shit. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And that's when I just, pulled over to Jesse's and I just sat it off because I didn't know what to do. I've never been in trouble like that. I've never been to jail. I've never actually been in anything like that.
So what trailer was attached to your truck the other night?
It was the flat one because it had the propane tanks and all that. It was literally sitting there in the way of for his bike to actually pull in. Mm-hmm. It was in the way. So he's like, hey, can you take this up here for me? So I did. I didn't think nothing of the ordinary on that.
So what was on the trailer when you left?
When I left, I could not tell you. I literally panicked on it.
Oh, I know there was a wheelbarrow.
There was a wheelbarrow. There was a roll of carpet.
Carpet tools.
I didn't see no carpet tools, sir. I really didn't. But I didn't look through the stuff. I literally jumped in my truck.
So where did all this stuff go?
All the stuff was on the trailer.
Yeah, where did that stuff go?
He said that they came and took it all.
Who came and took it all?
Jesse told me that the police came and took everything off that trailer.
Where's the trailer at?
At the house. I don't know the address, sir. I really don't. The trailer was at his, I guess Amy, I guess is her name. Wherever that trailer that she actually has is in her name. Mm-hmm. Everything was on it, so they took everything off that trailer. There was no, I wasn't even around. I was at my grandmother's house at the time.
After you guys broke into the locker?
No, I didn't break into the lockers. Jason already broke into them and had the shit already, going in, I literally was pulling up and he's throwing shit in. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And being so late, I was just, I literally panicked because I didn't want to be in trouble for something he did.
And it's Jason Baker?
Yes.
White male?
White male. He's on parole.
Yeah. How old is he?
41 maybe. The highest 41. He's 38 to 41 right there.
Where does he live at?
Last thing I knew, he was Florissant. I picked him up at, where Howder Shell is? Mm-hmm. Right there. I picked him up at the gas station. He said he lived right behind there. Okay. He didn't take nothing with him. And I was just, dumbfounded. And I was like, you took all this shit and why didn't you take nothing? It was all left on the trailer. So I went back to Jesse and I was like, Jesse, dude, what do I do with all this shit? And then they said the next morning that the police come and took everything from that trailer. So I was like, okay, well then, obviously something's up with this. And then, now here we are. Like, there was no intentions of doing any wrong. Like, I literally was taking my stuff there. Like, now the toolbox that you're saying it was in there, I didn't know it was in there, sir. Like, I wish I would have known, because I wouldn't have put it in my unit.
So again, we'll go back to your phone. It'll show what you're telling me is the truth.
It will, yes.
Okay, so you don't have a problem with me looking at it.
You're wanting everything out of it.
Well, I'm going to get it one way or the other. I mean,
Well,
I'm
I
not
understand
threatening
that.
you with, I'm just telling you how
I understand
it
that,
works.
but
You can either give me consent or I get a search warrant. It's either or, so.
I mean, I guess do what you do. I mean,
Okay.
because,
All right.
I mean, I'm literally telling you, like, I'm telling you exact steps on how it went. And, like, I was dumbfounded on it. Because I've never been in trouble, man. Like, you can run my record, and I literally, the one time. And, like, I was even fucking dumbfounded then. I was like, what